morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this great morning? We want to welcome you to Pillow Talk Lounge. We're your hosts. I'm James Greene and this is Cynthia Greene, and we just want to welcome you on this great morning.
Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I feel like I haven't been on here in a while, but we actually were on last week. Oh my goodness. So much has happened since we've just sat down and had a really good talk with you guys. How's everybody really feeling today? We know it's pretty much raining all across the East Coast, that's for sure. So it's a rainy day, but I don't consider it a gloomy day. We need the rain. We don't need a storm. We don't need a hurricane, but we need the rain. And so let's just embrace today.
So as we can say, we want to welcome you to a new month.
Yeah, happy October.
Yes. To a new season. This is the fall season now. So when fall comes, that's when you have to start wearing those jackets. You have to start, it's a little chillier. Yes. You have to start maybe not doing more of the outside things and start doing more of the inside things. The seasons are changing.
That's right. And I was looking at the fact that it's the third quarter, the last 3 months of the year. I'm looking at already planning 2023, getting ready. How many of you guys are ready to start working on your vision and goals for 2023? Hey, don't wait to the last minute.
It's right around the corner.
I had to go pull sweatpants out the closet. I find some out the back of the closet this morning because it's chilly here in Maryland. But it's all good. Like James said, the fall is here. I'm not a fan of the fall or the winter, but I embrace everything that God blesses me with. So I'm thankful to be alive. So if I have to live through the winter and the fall, hey, I'm good.
And I'm thankful for it because we get to experience every season. You can live at some places and you don't experience the winter. Some places you don't experience, maybe a lot of rain. So I'm just grateful that I get to experience all the seasons. And that allows you to do different things in those different seasons. And I'm just so grateful for that.
And that is so very true. So thank you guys for joining us this morning. We're just going to kind of be sharing out today, and we won't be before you very long. We got a lot of different things coming up for you in 2023, even this last quarter of the year. Next year, we're going to have more guests on the show, but we're going to be bringing you regular couples, and we're going to be doing these scenarios called What Would You Do? And we're going to give you a what would you do scenario. James and I, we're going to tell you all about it, act it out. And then the next week, we're going to bring on an everyday couple, find out what would they do in that scenario, and then share you our best advice.
Because what it does is it allows you to see different situations that things come up in your marriage. And how would you handle that situation? What would you say? Obviously, what would you do?
Yeah, what are your best practices? Right. What are the best ways you can handle different things that happen in your life? Because they're going to happen.
Exactly.
It's all in how we handle it. Right. And mostly it's all about conflict resolution. It's about communication. It's about operating as one. It's about being in agreement, being on the same page. We'll talk about all of that with our what would you do scenarios.
Because it's good because you may not have experienced that scenario or that situation, but it allows you to talk about it. So if it does come up, then you would know how to handle it.
Right. So today, you guys, oh my God.
We had an awesome weekend last weekend.
Yes, we did. Did you have an awesome weekend?
Yeah.
I did too, y'all, but I was so busy running around like a chicken. I was wearing many hats because I'm going to also share some mistakes we made too. But we're going to talk about how we nailed #1 status, 3-time bestseller books, and more. So we want to talk about Couples Fest first. So Couples Fest was last weekend. It was a 3-day event. Don't think I'll do that again. Not the way I did it anyway, because it was like a 4-part event. So Friday night we had couples game night. Oh my gosh, we had some amazing couples come out. Them people were competitive, y'all.
And it was a lot of fun because it allowed the couples to work together as a team and play certain games so they could build their communication skills. Because how many of you know that even though it may be a game and you may be playing, But when you play it as a couple, you have to communicate on how you want to succeed and how you want to win the game.
Right. And most of our games was husband and wife competing
Exactly.
against each other, not couples competing against another couple, although there were a few of those too. And so we just saw the couples laughing and having fun. Some couples was trying to play every game in the room. Some couples only had select games that they wanted to play. Some couples kind of sat back and watched. They weren't really interested in playing games. So it just depended on your style. There was no rhyme or reason on how you had to handle the night. We had music, we were dancing.
And that's the part I enjoyed, the hand dancing. We had a couple come out to teach basic hand dancing moves and allowed every couple in there to partner up with their spouse and to practice hand dancing. And it was great because it taught you the basic hand dancing moves that you could go out and actually do if you're out at an event.
And to see almost every couple in that room out on the floor dancing. And y'all, we had an 84 and 85-year-old couple that was out there and they were hand dancing too, having them a ball. Then my favorite part was we had a masseuse come and give massages. And I got a chair massage, y'all. And while the thing that was so awesome about Dawn Horizons is that while she was massaging you, she was praying over you. She was laying hands on you in a spiritual way. That was amazing. Then she did a demonstration and taught the spouses, the men how to massage foot massages. Yes. Now, I can honestly say now, my husband, he wasn't really following the instructions.
Yes, I was.
Anyway, I didn't take it as a negative thing. I didn't get discouraged because I feel like as we go along, he'll get better and better at it. So my feet were hurting me the other night. He's like, put your feet up here. And my baby massaged my feet while we were laying in bed. That was so nice.
And that was a takeaway of Couples Fest the first night was the foot massage.
Yes, he learned some things, y'all. So then on Saturday, oh my gosh, what a day, what a day, what a day. We started out with breakfast. Breakfast was so delicious, y'all. We had a chef that made homemade waffles. We had a waffle station and the chef made you fresh waffles while you're standing there in line. It was so good.
And we did
great toppings.
Right. And we did Pillow Talk Lounge. We did this show live.
Yes. And what was so interesting that I loved about it, this show used to be called Breakfast with the Greenes, right? So we were excited because for the first time, we actually had a whole room full of couples having breakfast with us while we did our show. So that was amazing.
Right. Because I don't know if a lot of you may have known, but the theme, the title was How to Make Marriage Great.
Make marriage great.
So what we did on Pillow Talk Lounge was we talked about how did you make your marriage great? What did you do? What did you incorporate?
And we called them up.
And to talk about it. And we did this show live talking about making their marriage great. What did they do?
And y'all, all weekend, we gave away amazing prizes, right? I mean, everything from full vacations to massage companies to what was that company? Chili's restaurant coupons, books, fedoras, beautiful hats. I mean, like just amazing gifts. So then after breakfast and Pillow Talk live, we had our speaker fest. And so we had some great speakers that talked about everything from planning your estates to your financial planning, to your wellness. And then we talked about, again, how to make your marriage great through creating a vision and a purpose for your marriage. And that night, Saturday night, wow. A lot of you guys don't know, but James and I, we had a contest to give away a free wedding. And people thought we were joking. They didn't think that, that this could be serious, right? But we actually gave away, had a free wedding, and we had that wedding Saturday night at Couples Fest. And, I need to post some pictures. I haven't posted pictures of the wedding yet. But the thing that I loved was that James and I performed a wedding together for the very first time.
Right. We were the officiants of the wedding, and that's the first time that we did it together.
Yeah.
Because we are licensed to marry in the state of Maryland.
Who didn't know that, you want to get married, call on us. We can help marry you.
Right. And we're licensed in Maryland and Washington, D.C.
Yes.
So We
Well,
were
you don't
able
have to be licensed and married. We're licensed and registered
right.
in DC.
And we were able to do that together, which was amazing because that's something we did together.
It was so much fun. And the couple, they just keep messaging us and posting all over social media about how wonderful their wedding was. It was in the cake. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. Thank you, D Heavenly Sweets, Darlene Bridges. That cake was beautiful. It was amazing. It was awesome. And so then, gosh, y'all, as if that wasn't enough, we went to church Sunday morning at Amazing Grace Worship Center there in the Grace's Event Center building. And church was everything. It's the first time in a long time that I really got to go to church and just worship before the Lord, truly feel his presence, and also get a good word. It was called, what was it called? Soup something. What was it, the message called? Relationship soup. Relationship soup. Oh my gosh, that message was so good. Pastor Bo, DeAndre Bowens, he preached that word, relationship soup. That was so good.
And it was good because when you think of soup and everything that's in your soup, think of it as relationship soup.
Yes.
Think of all the things in relationship.
That's right.
It was good. It was
right.
Good.
And then after church, we had brunch. And then again, we had it was an omelet station. Oh my gosh, them omelets were so good.
And waffles.
Omelets and waffles,
pastries,
and salmon, it was a great breakfast. Oh my gosh, bacon and eggs, and not eggs, bacon and sausage, and it was a really, really good brunch. And then that's when the big finale happened afterwards. We had our book launch for our very first book anthology with 14 other couples, but actually 16. Yes. And with our foreword. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. With our foreword and our afterword, it was just such a blessing. Right. Y'all should go back to my page and watch the panel for the book launch. The stories that the couples told, we laughed and joked and learned things about one another. It was so good.
And I enjoyed, since this is our new book and the book project, is that the couples explain how their marriage became great. Maybe things they stumbled upon in their marriage that wasn't right and how they fixed it. Because we know that sometimes you can get on the wrong path, but it's about taking that path and directing it the right way and getting back on the correct path that God has you on. And the couples explain that, how they may have been on the wrong path until they see God, until they talk to God, and God helped them get on the right path. So it was good because it helped other couples. If you go back and listen, or if you even purchase the book and read the book, it'll allow you to navigate through some of them tough times, through some of them trials and tribulations, and allow you to come through it and be on the right path and have a marriage that's truly, built that to be great, right. Have a great marriage.
That's right. So now we get to a little bit to talk about how we nailed #1 status 3 times bestseller books. Right. And you guys.
And I'd like to say first that it is an honor and a privilege to be the authors of 3 books, and each book being #1 status. That is truly a privilege. That's truly a blessing. God has blessed us, to be able to do this. But does it take some work? Yes.
It took a lot of work.
Well, go ahead.
And you guys, we still need you to buy the book. If you have not gotten Couples Determined to Make Marriage Great, Powerful Stories for Couples by Couples, get your book. We are still trending as the #1 new release in Christian dating and relationships on Amazon. I didn't even know that until I saw it posted on one of the author's pages, and I went to Amazon and I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. So I took a screenshot of it and shared it on social media.
So what does that say? If we're still trending at #1 and we released the book last Sunday, it's been #1 a whole week.
Yes. And that's what we wanted. We wanted our book to trend as #1 all week. So we are in the top 10 in several other categories, but we want to stay trending #1 for as long as possible. Y'all, every one little book purchase count, whether you get the $2.99 Kindle version or the $11.49 paperback, because Amazon has our book on sale for whatever reason. But it is on sale right now. It's only $11.49. It's not even the full $20. So go ahead and get the book. because you're still supporting the cause, because this book is going to help change the trajectory of marriage. Right. And the longer our book stays number one, the more Amazon recognizes it and keeps it at the top of the list. And that's what we want. We want people to get a book that's going to change the trajectory of their life, of their marriage. Correct. So how we nailed number one status, y'all, we had a plan. We had a plan, and we're not going to give you all of our secrets, but we do want to let you know that we have a mastermind called Global Marriage Leadership Forum.
And before that, she said you have a plan. And when Cindy and I talk about vision and we talk about purpose and those sort of things, when you think, what is vision? To plan the future with wisdom. See, and that's a key, because you're planning the future, whether you plan a marriage, whether you plan to have a new job, whether you plan to write a book and you want your book to number one, you have to plan that, and you plan it with wisdom. So that's what we did. She's getting ready to tell you about the work we did and the plan we put in place with wisdom so we could be number one.
That's right. That's right. So we have a mastermind called Global Marriage Leadership Mastermind. And it's for couples who are married, but they have a business, whether one of you have one, both of you have one, or you have one together. And so we help you to build your business, while as we collaborate together to support one another, encouraging one another. We bring in amazing experts to give you training and insight. And we actually do work in this group. It's not where we do just a bunch of talking. We do step by step. And one of the things I like, the first thing we do is we look at how you're branding, how you look out there. And there's a lot of little things that you don't think about when it comes to your social media, on how people find you, how people see you, how people know you. So that was the first thing. And so with this, our books, we had a plan. We looked at the branding for it, how we wanted people to see it, the wording that we wanted to stand out when people heard about the book. And so because this was a collaboration, we made sure we gave that wording to our authors. Right. We didn't have them just figure out what to say about the book on their own. They could say whatever they wanted to, but we made sure that we gave them branding for the book. We gave them posts they could post, emails that they can send out, scripts that they could say to send out to text to family and friends. You have to have a branding and a marketing plan around your book. And that was the other thing.
Right. And I was going to say, how many of you know that, with a collaboration like this, if everyone's not on the same page, if people are saying different things, it's maybe hard to get to that point. But if everybody, if everybody comes to agreement and says the same thing and market it the same way, that's how it gets to that status. That's how you become what you want to become, because now everybody's talking into agreement. Everybody's saying the same things. Everybody's doing the similar things to get this book to where it wants to be. And that's a key, especially when you have a group of people. You need all your people on one accord, all up with one voice, and that's a key. And it says that coming into agreement. So we all agreed, here's what we're going to say. We all agreed, here's how we're going to do it. And coming to agreement, that's how things become blessed, because now you're all on one accord. You're all in agreement.
There you go. There you go. So we had a plan around branding. We had a plan around marketing. We created a marketing plan. We had a timeline, and we stuck to that timeline as much as possible so that we could stay on target and on task. And that is really how we became a number one status in all three of our books. You have to have a plan. You can't write a book and then just throw it out there and ask people to buy it.
And where did the plan come from? The vision.
Yes, it came from the vision.
Vision is also the power to anticipate that which will come to be. So if you plan it with wisdom, now you have the power to anticipate it to where you want it to be, that which will come. You want number one status, you can anticipate that because you plan for that.
Right.
So everything you plan for, now you have the power to anticipate that plan coming to fruition.
That's right.
Oh man, this is so key.
Oh my God. And you guys, I meant to share this and I didn't. But the other thing we did too, we hired professionals to help us. We didn't leave it to chance that we knew what we were doing and that the book would be a success, just out of happenstance. No, we hired a professional to help us with the book.
Right. And that's something we always talk about. You can't do everything yourself. You know, sometimes if you want to succeed in certain areas and certain things, sometimes you have to hire maybe a professional in that area, because if you're not a professional in that area and you try it, you may stumble a little bit. So the key is maybe hiring a professional in a certain area to help you push things forward. You know, you can't be a what you call it, not an entrepreneur. I can't think of the word right now. When you try to do everything yourself.
Right. I'm trying to find our live broadcast.
Because there's times when, you know, you can't do everything yourself and you need that help. Because we always say everybody can't do everything by themselves all the time. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need to reach out. You know, that's why we're talking about this this leadership program. Because if you're a leader, say in a certain industry, say the marriage industry, and maybe you want to go a little further, maybe you need to join us and we can help you, because we've been there and we've done some of that. That's why we like to bring great minds together. That's why we have this leadership, because everybody in the industry, you know, bouncing ideas off each other. That's always a good thing, because now you can say what you're doing, they can say what they're doing. Then you come together. Okay, how can we all do it together? How can we get to where we want to be? That is the key of collaboration. Collaboration is about coming together, talking about where you want to be and those steps you need to take to get there, and to bounce those ideas off other people, and for other people who may have been there and done that can help you. That's why it's always key with collaboration. That's why this mastermind, this leadership is always so key, because it allows everybody in the industry, the leaders in the industry, to come together.
That's true.
And to talk about not only what they're doing, but talk about where they're going, how they want to get there, what they're doing, what they need to do, all of that.
That's so true. I've been looking all over to try to find this live feed, and I can't find Couples Fest Live anywhere. So I'm gonna have to find it and then share it out to everybody once I find it. But we want to just let you know that it's all about partnership and collaboration too. So we had a plan for the branding, we had a plan for the marketing, and we had a plan for the team. So the team consisted of the other authors, but even if we didn't have the other authors, we get ambassadors and volunteers and people to support us that is willing to share out our branding
and marketing. Help you promote it.
People to help you promote it. And then also, like I said, we had a plan of hiring professionals. We had a professional to create the design of the book. We had a professional publisher, to Everything There Is a Season publishing company, Dr. Tashika Greene, to format and set up the book, but also to mentor us through the whole process. So, and then there's also, we had a plan for how to make it a #1 bestseller. And that's a whole algorithm thing that we won't talk about here. You got to come to our mastermind to learn the more specifics. But if you really want to know how to make your book a #1 bestseller, you need to be a part of our mastermind. If you really want to learn how to have a successful event like Couples Fest, you need to join our mastermind. If you really want to learn how to have a great marriage, I'm not saying pattering after us, but a great marriage like us, you need to join our mastermind. If you want to learn how to balance marriage and business and success, you need to join our mastermind, because we're going to help you with all of that. And so we just want to let you guys know that there's a way to balance it all. There's a way to have it all. We've been #1. This is our 3rd time with our #1 bestseller book. This is our 6th annual Couples Fest event. This is probably our 5th year with the Global Marriage Leadership Mastermind. You know, we put it on halt since COVID, because we were used to meeting in person. We had people coming in from all over the United States to be a part of that. So you guys, we have a lot of things here to help you be successful in life, in business, and in marriage. So you need to get plugged in. You need to get plugged in so that you can get all that God has for you. That's all that it's all about, is getting everything that God has for you.
Right. Because like we always say, it's about your future, where you're going. And when you think of vision, it's planning your future with wisdom. So why not join us in helping you plan your future with the wisdom that we've done, with things, the people we've talked to, the people we've worked with. It's about all coming together so everybody can be on the same page so we can all be successful. Because we always say great leaders don't cross the finish line alone. We bring people with us. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring people with us. We want to help you.
Right. And you know what? People always say you should only share the one thing, but I like choices. I like choices. So if you don't have a business and you're not trying to write a book, but you just want a great marriage, then you want to join the #1 couples club, the In Love and Loving It Academy. It's a membership program for couples where we come together once a month online, live, Zoom, and we talk about things to help us in our marriage, but that's not it.
Things to help your marriage be great.
We give you what we call a marriage built to last activity document that gives you activities, things to do all month long to keep your marriage straight. Sometimes it's hard to come up with a date night. Sometimes it's hard to come up with what you need to focus on right now to continue to grow your marriage. So we give you activities, we give you date nights, we give you like movie of the month, a song to watch, a relationship related movie. We have a theme for each month.
And that's what
so everything we do that month is around that theme to help you grow in that one particular area.
And we want to help you to have better communication, because couples always say we don't communicate like we used to, or we don't communicate at all. We want you to have that great communication. We want you to do things together. We want you to have a great time, have a great marriage.
Right. And at the same time, it's for couples who are in love with their spouse. It's not a program to break down marriage, tear down marriage. You don't have to tell all your business. We want to hear your success stories. We want to hear your wins. We want to hear why you're in love with your spouse, what you're doing to keep your marriage great.
But if you need help, that's also available.
That's exactly right. If you need help, that is also available. We are there to support you and to give you
and help you and to guide you through whatever trials you're having
to help make your marriage great.
That's right.
Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you so much. Reach out, let us know what you need. Whatever you need, if it's related to your relationship or your business as a couple, we are here to support. We are here to help.
And all you gotta do is give us a call and you get a 30-minute free consultation.
That's right.
Something we could talk about.
That's right. Do I have that link to share with them? Yeah, but you get a free 30-minute consultation. Thank you, babe. That's so good.
Right. Because whatever area that you may need help in, we're here to help you. And we can always talk about it for 30 minutes.
That is so
and then
true.
We could direct you in the right area, in the right path, whether it's the In Love and Loving It Academy, whether you're saying you want to start a book and you want to help to become #1. Maybe you want to join our leadership mastermind. Anything you need, all you have to do is give us a call and we can talk about it.
Right. And so, and also if you go to our group, Marriage Built to Last movement on Facebook, you will be able to find out more about what we're doing and what we have to offer. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. Stay warm, stay dry. And remember, if you build it, it will last. God bless you.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.